Hello, my name is Blake Johnson, and we're going to be getting started with the app armor in HTTPS. This is my presentation, and let's just get straight into it. Today's presentation, we're going to be going over the title, starting with the overview. Today's presentation focuses on two important methods used to secure modern servers. The first method is app armor, which is well, let's not even get into that because later on we're going to discuss about the details of App Armor and its many features. The overview will be going based off the growing threats to web servers and applications, the importance of protecting servers and user data, the security required, the multiple layers of defense, and the two key layers of protection, which are App Armor and HTTPS. One that is used for one site application control that's more internally, while the other is encrypted communication over networks. The web and the applications on security are important because of the servers are frequent targets of cybersecurity and data breaches. Using multiple layers of security helps reduce the risk and better protect the sensitive information. This presentation focuses on two key layers. App Honor, which controls the application behavior of the Linux servers, and HTTPS, which encrypts the data during the communication between client and servers. Starting with the next slide. What is App Armor and what is App Armor's works? Talking about what is its function in systems. App Armor is a security feature included in many of the Linux distributions, such as forgive my mispronunciation, but Ubuntu, Ubuntu. It's a goal to reduce a risk by limiting application behavior. Instead of allowing programs to have full access to the system, App Honor only allows access that is explicitly approved. This is especially important because even trusted programs can have vulnerabilities. If a program is exploited by an attacker, App Armor can prevent it from accessing sensitive system files or, let's say, executing dangerous actions. By doing this, App Honor helps contain the security breach and protect the rest of the system. Now, as far as the function, that's one feature that's a part of it. The other feature that is most commonly known for is its profiles. App Armor uses its profiles to define what each program is allowed to do. These profiles include rules about which files a program can read or write, which system resources it can use, and which commands it can execute. App Armor operates in two main modes. One of them is an enforce mode. It actively blocks the actions that violate the profile rules. Another one is in the complaint mode. It allows the actions, but it records them in the system's logs. The administrators use these complaint modes to test and improve the profiles before they fully enforce them. Over time, this process strengthens the security without interrupting the normal server operations. As far as recommendations to properly secure a Linux server, App Armor should be enabled and set to enforce modes of all critical services. Services that are not required should be disabled to minimize the number of possible attack points. Open network ports should always be limited to only what is necessary. Keeping the system updated is extremely important because updates often patch known security vulnerabilities. Administrators can regularly check the app armor status using the command with the particular typed word AA-status. It's a command to verify the profiles are loaded and actively protecting the system. HTTPS. Um, actually, let me go back right here. There we go. What is the HTTPS and how does the HTTPS work? Now, the HTTP stands for a Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. It is used to protect the communication over the internet. Without the HTTPS, the data sent between the browser and the server can be read or altered by attackers. HTTPS prevents this by encrypting the data. It also ensures the integrity of the information, meaning it cannot be changed while it's in transit. The HTTPS is especially important for websites that handle sensitive data, such as usernames, passwords, and payment informations. Today, HTTPS is considered a basic requirement for a secure website, and it runs on a port 443. Now, as you can see, based on what I said, but it's also in the bullet points, HTTPS does stand for the Hypertransfer Protocol Secure. It also secures the version HTTP that protocols communication between clients and servers. And it does ensure the confidentiality, the integrity, and the authentication of the information in order that it is safe for that individual. Now, how does it tend to function? Had to go back. How does it tend to function? Think of it as a security process called the transport layer security, TLS. When a user connects to a secure website, the browser and the server begin a TSL handshake. During this handshake, the server sends a digital certificate to prove its identity. The browser checks that the certificate is valid and trusted. Once verified, the browser and the server agree on a shared encryption key. This key is used to encrypt all communication during the session, protecting the data from eavesdropping or tampering or anybody that's just trying to hack in. Now, HTTPS using IIS and HTTPS using the other, I'll just call that the other program. Now, with the IIS, it's usually set up, or how IIS is connected to HTTPS, it's set up by installing an SSL or a DSL, a certificate on the server. This certificate is assigned or bound to a website within the IIS manager. The server is configured to the redirect all HTTP traffic to the HTTPS to ensure users always connect securely. Weak and outdated encryption protocols are disabled to prevent attacks that target the older system. The HTTP strict transport security, or the another way for it to be called is the HSTS, is enabled so browser automatically uses the HTTPS for future connections, seeing that may be more efficient. Now, the other program under the HTTPS using the I'll just again forgive my mispronunciation, but Apache. The Linux servers running on Apache HTTPS is enabled by activating the SSL model and configuring the server to listen on the port 443. A digital certificate and private key are installed to secure the website. The Apache is configured to allow only modern and secure TSL versions. HSTS is enabled to enforce secure connections, and insecure options are disabled. These steps help to ensure that communication between users and the server remains confidential and is always protected. Now, in conclusion, the app armor and the HTTPS play an important but different roles in the service on server security. App armor protects latent systems by limiting what applications can do, even if they are compromised. Proper Linux hardening, including the enforcing of app armor profiles, disabling unnecessary service, and keeping the system updated. The HTTPS protects the data as it moves across the network by encrypting communication and verifying the server's identity. When AppArmor and HTTPS are properly configured on Apache and the IIS servers, they provide a strong layer of security that significantly reduce the risk of attacks. Now, this is all the information that I presented. Um, Yeah, that's just it.